What's up guys, Blazing Tech here, and today I'm going to be giving you the long-awaited review of the 16 gigabytes of RAM 2015 13-inch MacBook Pro. So without any further ado, let's take a look at it. Taking a look at the MacBook Pro from the front here, we see our sleek, beautiful aluminum finish. It feels really nice, but for me personally, I always have to have a case on it because I don't want to scratch it or buff it. On the right here, my right, we've got our SD card slot, an HDMI port, and a USB 3 port right here. And then we've got kind of some exhaust ports on the side there. Then of course, up top is the screen. On the back, we've got our black display hinge, which isn't aluminum obviously. So it can hinge. It feels nice. I like it. We've got exhaust in the back too. On the left, we've got our MagSafe port, two Thunderbolt 2.0s, and one USB 3.0, our 3.5mm headphone jack, and our two mics with the exhaust port again on the side. Looking at it from the top here, it doesn't have that big of a footprint. That's why I went with the 13 because it was so small, smaller than the 15. You can open it with one hand, but I really hate opening it with one hand without the case because it'll just eat away your little stoppers on the bottom there. Boot time is extremely quick. You can see here. Sorry, I didn't focus quite well. I'll focus it in a little bit here. But yeah, because of that flash, it's very fast. Compared to a SATA drive, the flash is extremely fast here. Again, on the side, we see our screen. Extremely thin. Love it. On this MacBook, we've got our full backlit keyboard. I absolutely love it. And when this MacBook is turned on, we've got our glowing Apple logo, which is a very nice, elegant touch. One of the newest features only for the 13-inch MacBook Pro is the Force Touch Trackpad. And basically, it's got a Taptic engine underneath that can distinguish between a regular click and a force click. So you can go ahead and set how high you want its resistance. Really nice. Again, my model is a 16 gigabytes of RAM here, and we can see that I'm running at about 13.63 gigs of RAM with only my antivirus open. Here we've got Final Cut Pro open, and it jumps down to about 12.7 gigs, I think that says. But it's got a lot of RAM, it's got plenty of power. Even though it's not the quad core of the 15, the 16 gigs of RAM definitely makes up for it. While the video's playing, you see me playing around with my Apple Watch review, which you guys should definitely go watch. But you can see this 2.7 gigahertz dual-core i7, sorry, is definitely capable with the 16 gigs of RAM. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I was very skeptical about getting the 15-inch because of its huge size, but with the 13 with 16 gigs of RAM, I find that all my video editing needs are definitely there with enough power. So it's a great device, great size. Apple just did it right with the 16 gigs of RAM on this 2.7 gigahertz Intel Core i7 processor. Now, one of the coolest features of this MacBook Pro is definitely one of my biggest gripes from the machine, and it's that the flash storage is so small and very expensive. It's extremely fast, but if you need a lot of storage, the 128 that comes standard with this is not going to cut it. Now, this Retina display is absolutely positively beautiful. Here I'm playing a full 4K video. Forgot what resolution it is, but I'm telling you guys, once you see this screen, it's amazing. It's an amazing display. You've got to really see it to believe it. I'm not going to hit you with all the specs, but once you see it, you'll know why it's so expensive. All in all, guys, if you're looking for something that's not too big to carry around but has a lot of power, then this MacBook Pro would definitely be a good choice. With its 13-inch form factor and the 16 gigs of RAM and the 256 gigs of flash storage, it's a great product. I would recommend it to anybody that needs to do some entry-level video editing. Nothing fancy. If you're going to be using all the power, you're definitely going to need the quad core. But for an amateur like me, this one's perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. And by the way, if you like my case, I'm going to leave a link down for my case review. It's a Mosiso for the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Anyway, guys, Blazing Tech, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. It's actually an Intel Core i5, sorry guys, but I forgot to mention the price. Now this guy starts at $1,700, which is only $200 away from the first 15-inch.